We all know how it feels to come home after a long day only to face the daunting task of making dinner and then having to clean up afterward. My next guest is here to help though. Alyssa Brantley is the creator of the popular food blog Everyday Maven. Her latest cookbook is called the I Don't Want to Cookbook, Dinners Done in One Pot. And Alyssa joins me in the kitchen to show off one of the easy but delicious recipes that you have featured in your book. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This cookbook is just right up my alley.
I'm so excited to hear that.
I hate having like a ton of pots out and feeling like overwhelmed already with cooking and then the cleanup.
Yep.
So I'm really excited.
We're answering that problem.
Yes. What are we cooking today?
So today we're going to take a recipe from the casserole section. Every section of the book is a different cooking method. Ooh. And so this section is for casseroles, and we're going to do a deconstructed chicken cordon bleu casserole.
Delicious.
So we're going to take the flavors that you love of chicken cordon bleu without any of the work and use all kinds of shortcuts and easy hacks to make this casserole in like 5 minutes, pop it in the oven, and a half an hour later you have a delicious dinner.
No way.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. How can I help?
So let's pour the green beans right into the casserole dish.
Okay. So green beans at the bottom.
And what we did, just to kind of point out one of these hacks, is these are called haricots verts, or already trimmed green beans. So you don't have to do any work. You can just buy them. And they come cleaned and trimmed.
Okay.
So let's pour in a little olive oil.
Okay, the whole thing, but just drizzle?
It's just 2 tablespoons right on top. And then a little bit of salt and pepper right on top.
Perfect.
And then we'll use the tongs to just toss it so the spices and oil get mixed up. And so we're just going to incorporate the string beans so that we have a complete dinner, and that'll use it as a bed for the chicken.
I would have never thought to use that as a bed. That's such a good idea.
So then we don't have to do any extra work to get the vegetable in there.
You're speaking my language.
Exactly. And then we're just going to layer these chicken cutlets. They're just chicken cutlets are just thinner chicken pieces.
Look at that.
They're basically like half chicken breasts. That way you have it thinner and it's not as hard to cut into and massive to cook through. Because we want this to cook faster.
Would you be like pounding it with the other?
We're not doing that.
Okay, we're not doing
we're saving time. So we are skipping and we're just layering chicken, making it into a casserole, filling it up right on top of the green beans.
Okay.
And then next up, we're going to take...
How'd I do, chef?
We're going to take that Dijon mustard right there and a spoon, and we're just going to put a little bit on each chicken breast cutlet.
Okay.
Yep. And
is this
then
just Dijon, or what is this?
It's just Dijon mustard. It's going to help for the toppings to adhere to the chicken and add in a little bit of flavor, a little bit of acid, but again, without adding a ton of extra work, which is our key part for all of these recipes.
And I'm feeling like a lot of this stuff you would already probably have in your fridge, which is helpful.
Yeah. I mean, and you can use Dijon mustard for so many other things, so we're not looking to buy special ingredients. We really want to keep it simple.
Yes.
And so then we have in this other little dish here is just a little bit more salt and pepper and some dried parsley.
Ooh.
And so another hack we're doing, and you can just sprinkle it right over, is we're not going to use any fresh cut herbs because it's really time consuming, and then you have to clean your cutting board.
True.
We're not doing that.
And it takes so long to chop.
Yes. So we're just going to go in right with the dried parsley.
Great.
Then the next thing we want to do is layer ham, and it's just sliced deli ham. So you could make a sandwich with it.
Do we fold this at all, or you just layer it on
layer
like that?
it right on.
Gosh, look at us.
Right, so again, it's not the traditional chicken cordon bleu, but you're going to get the flavors, and you're going to get the taste as if you had this complicated dish. Because traditional chicken cordon bleu is like 10 steps, and it's frying, and it's breading, and it's pounding out chicken, and it's wrapping it. It's really delicious, but it takes a lot of work.
Definitely, and I feel like who doesn't want right now a cozy casserole dish with the weather? So this is kind of perfect. All right, what else do we have over here?
Next up, we have some shredded cheese, and this is actually shredded Swiss cheese, but you could use shredded Gruyere. I mean, you could use other cheeses as well. It's just traditionally with chicken cordon bleu, you have a Swiss or a Gruyere.
Okay.
So just put it all right on top.
Layer it on.
Yep.
Delicious, yum.
Yeah, I mean, you can also use sliced cheese if you didn't have shredded. You could do that too, just to save time and make it not super complicated.
We're gonna dump it all in because who doesn't love cheese? Okay, and is this like a little
So this
bread?
this is panko breadcrumbs with melted butter.
Oh.
So we just melted a little butter and then a cup of panko breadcrumbs. We just sprinkle it over the whole casserole so that we get a little bit of a crunch.
Yes.
And a little bit of that sort of reminiscence of what a crust would be for the traditional dish.
Do you hold anything of this like to the end?
No,
and then
put
so
it,
everything. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
just
let's
put it all
go.
on. Right.
Throw it all in.
Exactly.
That
And
really
so-
did take like 5 minutes.
Right, literally.
And then this goes in for how long?
We would cover this with tin foil and we pop it into a 450 degree oven for 15 minutes. We take the tin foil off and then we go for 15 more minutes and it's done.
Oh.
And everything's cooked perfectly at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Yes.
you have a finished one over here. So
I do.
I have to dive in
Yes.
and taste test, please.
Yes.
And while I'm doing that, tell me about some of your other favorite recipes and why it was so important to want to make this new cookbook.
You know, this book is so important because we're all so busy right now. And I think that this is an era where it's so easy to order food or pick up food, but it doesn't feel good day after day. And you want to eat real food. And all of the recipes in the book use real ingredients. There's no junky, like, hacks that are, condensed soups and stuff like that. It's just all what I like to call fast fooders, like baby spinach or green beans that are already cleaned, things that save us time. And so this book gives families and working professionals an option to make real meals with very little time and effort that are based on flavors we love.
Yes.
And that don't take all day to clean up. So it's really important to know how to do a few things that are not going to take all day. So in the back of the book, I have a section where you can find recipes just based on how much time you have.
That is
so if you're
incredible.
I have 5 minutes prep time, I have 10 minutes prep time, you can find those.
You have stuff even with that.
Yes.
Okay, do you have other favorite? And by the way, this is a new favorite. This is absolutely delicious.
That's fantastic.
This is just amazing. Do you have any others that you're
do.
please try this one?
I do. I have a section called Mixing Bowl, which is actually no cooking at all. And there's a recipe in that section that is like an Italian sub bowl. So no bread, so it's like lower carb.
Yeah.
All the flavors, and I'm originally from the East Coast, so I know about this. You know what I mean? But all of the flavors that you love from a sub sandwich without all of the hassle and all of the bread. So that's one of my favorites because it's really easy to whip it up. And then I really love in the grill section.
Okay.
There's a couple easy meals where it feels super fancy. But it's not fancy at all. There's like a salmon with avocado and tortilla chips and the vegetables. Everything's done in about 10 minutes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. This is truly one of my favorite dishes I've tried in a long time.
Thank you for
really
having
good.
me. I appreciate that so much.
Yes.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.